Externally, Lebanon is again being torn apart at the hands of larger powers, more specifically by the competition between the US and Syria.
Syria needs to stay out of Lebanon. Syria needs to let the process in Lebanon work. And if they can't come to an agreement, I appreciate the sides trying to work on a common ground for a president, but they can't come for agreement, then the world ought to say this, that the March 14th coalition can run their candidate in their parliament. Majority plus one ought to determine who the president is, and when that happens, the world ought to embrace the president.
The Syrians are supporting the opposition's demand for consensus, while the US is encouraging the government to marginalize the opposition and rule through a simple majority. And this is the deadlock that Khalass is working to resolve.
هو الطريقة الوحيدة لحل أزمة البلد. ممثلين انتخبناهم يجوا يقعدوا هون ويضلوا قاعدين ما بيفلوا تيلاقوا حل الأزمة. إذا مش قادرين يحلوا الأزمة مش معناتها مش قادرين يديروا البلد. ما رح نخلي لبنان يروح لحرب أهلية. ما رح نخليهم يودونا لأي شكل من شكل أشكال العنف بين اللبنانيين.
وفي حصاد هذا اليوم لبنان الملف الأبرز
فأبواب بعدة باتت مغلقة والمفاتيح ضائعة. من انتهاء ولايته لحود يسلم الجيش مسؤولية.
What's the meaning of فراغ منظم? Organized void.
What does that mean?
Means that the politicians and the political parties agree that we can go in a period of void, but we will guarantee that it will not collapse into a civil war. I don't know. Something like that.
Do you believe them?
To a certain extent, yes, because no one is really thinking that through civil war he's gonna gain more than lose. So I don't think anyone is really wanting civil war.
It's vacuum because constitutionally it's we don't have any president, we don't have any constitution anymore, but organized because we still have a ministry that is supposed and elections that are supposed to happen, and because we have the army that is supposed to keep the country safe until further notice. So this is the organized vacuum of Lebanon.
Non, rien n'est organisé au Liban, rien. Rien. C'est pour ça que c'est le vide.
Vous avez peur de ces jours?
Non, c'est toujours comme ça. C'est toujours comme ça, ça sera toujours comme ça. Et voilà. malheureusement.
الامريكان بيعملوا لنا الفراغ المنظم جد ما عم صحيح كل الدول هن عم يعملوا لنا اياه ليوصلونا لمرحله لا نتطور ولا نعمل شيء نضل مثل ما نحن لنضل نحن عالم بس بياخذ ما بيعطي السوق لهم لكل شيء
مش مجتمع فاعل مجتمع بس بيستهلك اللي بيقدموا لك يعني الفراغ المنظم بيجي من اي معنى من معنى انه وقتها السياسات انت ببلدك بتفرض عليك انك دائما تلتهي بالاشياء البسيطه ما تحاول تطور من حالك دائما عم بتفتش على الشيء انك تكمل نهارك اكثر من هيك ما عندك
As the political stalemate continues, Lebanon's organized void is falling apart in the face of increasing violence. Beginning with the assassination of Prime Minister Rafiq Hariri in February 2005, Lebanon's political violence is further indication of external meddling in Lebanon's internal dynamics. There is now an international investigation into the Hariri assassination, but even this process is not backed by all sides. Whereas the government is dubbing it as a Commission on Truth and Reconciliation, the opposition sees the investigation as illegitimate because it is being conducted without any input from the Lebanese army, judiciary, or intelligence. it is seen as a tool of the Western-backed government against the Syrian-backed opposition. And it is further proving the inability of the political establishment to resolve the political crisis. Is there any hope for Lebanon?
Yes, I think we are the hope.
What do you mean?
We're the hope of this country. Long term, the country won't change unless we'll make it change. And because there are people like these people you've been meeting for the last couple of days, yeah, definitely there's a lot of hope. We're gonna go through difficult moments.
What is your goal?
To change our mentality, to change ourselves, to change our mentality, to make this country the way we dream of, like a secular country, a country where like people are aware of their rights. You have this strong, quote unquote strong. We have a system that works, that respects freedom, that there is minimum social justice, and where people's voice is well heard, and where people choose their destiny. And I think it's gonna happen. I mean, but definitely a lot of people are saying this. It's in the media, it's everywhere. And this thing about accountability, I think that's really new. Like maybe it might seem a little bit over, or like, but I think we definitely have a stake in bringing this type of language to media and to people today, by saying, oh, we hold you accountable.
What's gonna happen? Is it gonna change the progress of things? We're gonna keep on pressuring as far as we can go on the streets. We can confront politicians directly. We can mobilize as much as we can. We're not gonna stop. It's a small drop in the ocean, but if it doesn't exist, I think the ocean will miss it.